Mates, brothers, and other ocean goers, welcome to the 5th episode of Cretonians to 1000, where we will be taking our first settlement, stabilizing it, and building it up for food production, and establishing procreation. Now, okay, just a bit of a spoiler. These are our goals, but something actually went down in this episode that I did not foresee at all, and yeah, it was really... maybe you've been spoiled by the thumbnail, I don't know. Probably not. Maybe you have. We'll see. Anyway, here I'm just setting up the army. I've sent the city troops out onto the world map, right? So the city garrison is now part of the world map army, and we're just stocking it up there. And as you can see, I'm contemplating recalling them because we don't have anywhere near the amount of provisions, right? The amount of weapons for them. Yeah, like, they have nowhere near enough leather armor, nowhere near enough warhammers, and we can't produce either. So we'd have to just import it. And if you look at the top right there-ish, we only have like... we have no money, right? 2,000? That's nothing. I think each warhammer is like 1,000. And throughout this clip, throughout this episode, it doesn't work out well. So what I would recommend for those of you playing as Cretonians is to not even bother. Not even bother taking out one of these regions in the world map, or at least not rushing for it, because you're not starving for food. Like, as you can see, we have 14 food days, right? And I'm just flopping around with all of my people. Like, they're just doing random tasks, right? If I were to redo this, they would go all in on grain farming, baking, and then ration making, and we would just sell the excess of everything to do with those industries, and we would just scale those industries until they all have the production worker buff before diversifying into other means of production, such as fruit farming and vegetable farming, to fulfill their food preferences. And also, Cretonian breeding requires vegetables, pretty sure, as you will see in the latter portion of this video, if you stick around long enough, that is. And for fruit farming, eventually you can turn that into drinks, which Cretonians can... they're capable of doing it, right? So as you... yeah, I don't know if you call that either, but in the world map there, they don't need drinks. Like, there was no penalty, nothing showed up on our notifications or anything, right? So that's actually really nice. So if you could find a way to outfit Cretonians, I think maybe they're not so bad of an attack force, right? I'm not sure if... yeah, I'd have to test it to see if other races also don't require drinks. But this is the first time I've ever seen that, because humans always needed it. I think Garthemis always needed it. Who else? The Mevias. I'm pretty sure everybody else I played as needs drinks to be able to move out into the world map in the first place. Maybe it's changed for the capital garrison. You know, maybe it's the capital garrison in general, or maybe it's just Cretonians. We'll have to see in the future. Yeah, in the other race, species, whatever, to 1000s, which will be coming. Yeah, we only have like a couple more episodes. We have this one and the next one, and then the finale, like the city tour slash outro slash recap of just everything this entire series taught me, right? So how many is that? After this, there's literally like 1.5 episodes, is what I'm trying to say. And then we can move on to another species. And maybe I'll just put it out as a poll. Yeah. How many's left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if we can have 5 Oshans in a YouTube poll, yeah. I guess we could... Maybe we just ask the comments, but... Yeah, it depends. How many people see this video and... Yeah, all that. If we do Dendorians next, that's probably a bit harder. Actually, I was going by my tier list, I think. So maybe Tilapis are next. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo my tier list someday. My species tier list. Because obviously there's been a few changes. Maybe I should just wait for 1.0 to come out. Or the military update. That'd be so nice. Okay. Oh, I changed the carpenters to make warhammers instead. They only make 2.67 a day. That is terrible. Yeah, and here I'm just comparing it, so I'm like, okay, they make 3 furniture, 3 multiplied by 140 there, or whatever, 100. It's like 300 something, right? And then I'm trying to look for... Yeah, it's 98 to sell. And a warhammer is like 300 to purchase. So it's pretty much the same, except warhammers are even more expensive to produce in the first place because of the stone requirement. So I figured we may as well just make furniture and sell it and and purchase warhammers instead, right? That's the loop I'm setting up here right now. I'm just gonna immediately sell all of the furniture that we produce. And honestly, yeah, if I could go back in time, and I know this is an egregious waste. Does that mean what I think it is? But whatever. This is like a terrible waste of time travel abilities, but if I could go back in time, I would just completely neglect the whole carpentry industry. Go all in on the farming. Excuse me. Now, wood is also one of the things we need to work on, like the wood upkeep. That's one of the problems with baking, is acquiring the wood, and being Cretonian as well. That's also one of the problems, is all of the things that they're good at is very low. It's high volume, but low, sale price, I guess. Sale price. So you would need to output a significant volume of goods to be able to create the revenue that you need to literally do anything. Whereas if you play Dendorians, you can just purchase all these cheap raw goods and use all the manpower that you have to output refined goods that give you like guaranteed profits of like more than 2 times or whatever, 3 times. And there are bakeries, yeah, we just got the experience for it. And that's why, if I were to go back in time, I would just focus on the grain farming, the baking, and the ration making, because this is what Cretonians are good at. Just focus on upgrading those industries, right, through research and other means like efficiency. This is what I would focus on. And all of these, I'm pretty sure all of these I should cover in the final video. Yeah, for people, for those that haven't watched the entire series, they don't have the time, right? A nice way to end the series. Recap it. Now here I am producing a new food stall because my coverage is just not it. Like, I've been slacking. If we had a predetermined grid design, this problem would be a thing of the past, because all I would have to do is copy and paste the grid design over, right? Well, obviously we wouldn't have this organic feeling to the city, which I could... You know what? I kind of like... No, I don't know if I can bring myself to say that. Nah, it's a nice change, but I think I would prefer the safety and security of a pre-designed grid. You know, like block design. Just everything you could ever need is already baked into the grid design, and then you just have these modular pieces that you can replace with the things that are necessary to the survival of your city. I think, yeah, honestly believe I would... It helps me to build quicker, I would say.
You know you're thick as hell, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it helps me, definitely. Yeah, because I just copy area and paste it over and over again. This is, you know, and you just change the pieces that you need. It's like planning something and then just changing the things of the plan, the parts of the plan that don't work. Just like here, I had a plan to send my army out, and then I realized these nerds don't have enough weaponry. Let's pull them home. Let's bring them home and just put them to work into the city. And actually, when you think about it, Cretonians, it says in their character, in their species description. Yeah, okay, I was just checking there. We needed 400 warhammers. We had like 80 or something. We had like 150. That's not even half. Okay, that's not enough. Now, what was I saying? It says in the Cretonian description that they're peaceful, harmonious creatures. Does it really make sense for them to take out a neighbor, like aggressive action against one of their neighbors? I would argue yes. You didn't see that coming, did you? But in order to have security, you need to have strength, okay? Anyone that tells you otherwise is a fool, and they shouldn't be in charge of anything. Yeah, you need strength to defend, right? If you have no strength, then people can just take what you have. This is obvious. Now, what am I doing here? As a result, I realized my mistake. I'm like, okay, pull the troops out. Try to defund the administration, because we don't need it, right? Well, at least not urgently. And then go all in on the ration making. So that's what I've done there. I just replaced one of the crafting buildings. It was probably a carpenter with a ration maker. And now we're going to set up the ration making exports, right? Yeah, so Cretonians don't really strike me as the type to aggressively seek out enemies, but these people, this neighboring region, was a rebel settlement, right? A rebel settlement that cannot be bargained with. It cannot be negotiated with. You know, there's no diplomacy to be had there with rebels. So it's just a proactive defense. It's just proactive defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're probably the ones sending raids at us. Well, actually, that hasn't happened yet. Yeah. Thankfully. Hopefully it never happens as well. This probably just foreshadowed something, but I haven't actually played through the final episode. Yeah. Because here, our goal is 700 population. I didn't even say that. Well, anyway, we're trying to reach 700 population in this run, this episode. And we're at 625. Next episode is going to be the big 1000, right? Big 1K. That's our goal. And in here, during this farming, I make a mistake. I set both. Oh, look at this. Bunch of clay. Yeah, I'm just gonna take that. That's a freebie. We need that clay. As I was saying though, the herb farms, I made a mistake. I tried to build too many at once, and now we have no reserves of herbs, right? Then again, the root mistake was making the herb farms in the first place. We never should have made those herb farms because we didn't need to. They don't grow all too well. I mean, yeah, it's suboptimal, but it's still, it's very easy. Yeah, it's very possible. But I would say you don't need herbs. It's an industry you can pull out of as well, yeah. You can completely disregard. Until I would say you have the core grain making business sorted, then yeah. Then you'd be diversifying into other goods, and that's one of the things you could focus on. Which is herb farming, because it fetches a decent price, and you need it for ration making, right? Especially if you don't want to use bread. I feel like the rations with bread is probably one of the most worker taxing. One of the least worker inefficient. No, worst. Oh my. One of the most worker inefficient. There we go. Bloody hell. Ways of making rations, yeah. Because you can make them from like meat, and I think you can make them from pretty much every food source except for rations, obviously, and drinks. Maybe not mushrooms. I wouldn't know, because I almost always make them out of fish or something I tax from the world map. Yeah, but bread, a lot of labor goes into bread production, right? Maybe not meat. I made hunters in this playthrough, right? I think I did. Yeah. Hunters are an undeniable fact of life. It's like death and taxes. Which is... I need to do my tax return. Someone remind me. 84 rations a day. That is not a bad number. And we're steadily increasing it. Looks like I managed to wisen up in this episode. And I'm seeking that production bonus. I can always count on my past self. That's untrue. I can always count on my future self. Yeah, and my current self always has to make up for my past mistakes. Yeah. I hate that guy. Lost Ocean. Oh. Why I oughta. I don't know if that meme even makes sense. Nah, it's fine. Now, yeah, here I'm just looking for things to optimize because once again, the happiness and loyalty has dropped. And just spamming trees is low-hanging fruit, guys. Like, it's very cheap. All you have to do is tear down existing trees and plant new ones. I know, it's a revolutionary concept. I don't know why... yeah, I'm not really sure why existing fauna... No, not fauna, flora. Existing flora doesn't contribute to harmony in your settlement. I would say it must be a balancing issue, right? Because you could just play tilapis and then just plop them in a forest where they would typically be found, and then I'll have to worry about planting trees because they're in the middle of a bloody forest, right? But the problem there is now that what would the problem be? Actually, there is an outdoors buff, right? Like, Cretonians like being outdoors. I think tilapis also like being outdoors. So I guess that's the closest thing. But yeah, you still have to build your own trees. Like straight up build them. You're not planting them, you're building the trees. It's a bit weird, but I can see how... I can understand why it's implemented in this fashion, right? Because, like... I did a bit of coding during my university, yeah. Don't ask me to... Don't ask me to do that. Well, what does let me... Listen... What does it mean? Oh, what's this time skip? Did I just do a time skip? Oh, okay, yep. So here we go. The realization. I have a timestamp for this. So, in this moment, I took a break, and then I started recording again. And I'm trying to sell the gifts that my neighbors so graciously gave me, right? And then I look here, because I saw something weird in the diplomacy tab. I'm like, huh? What is this? What? Who are these guys? It costs, eh? It costs 178,000 to trade with these guys? Who are these guys? Turns out, I had a southern neighbor that was able to take over that region that I was eyeing. And they are massive. They are this dark blue kingdom there on the bottom left. In the southwest? No, never eat soggy wheat, yeah. In the southwest of my settlement. These guys are huge. And their army has 1,000 soldiers. I don't know if you caught that. Their army is 1,000 soldiers. That's more than my entire bloody population in the city. Yes. They're soldiers. They have more soldiers than I have peasants. And they want 178,000 to trade with me. This is very bad news, guys. So, you can kiss... Yeah, I can kiss my dreams of having a world map region goodbye, you know? Like, there's no way I can get that at any moment. I realize this, so I immediately turn off the admin. And I'm like, oh, wait a second, what if I buy an 8.16 million? What? 8.16 million for a region that they just took? That's complete garbage. So I'm like, okay, this is not it. It's Jova, guys. I'm pulling out. It's Jova. It's officially Jova. I turn off all of the paper making, right? And yeah, we just send the super idle workers there to become soldiers. And these guys are going to be permanent militia. We're just going to focus on defense and this alliance with the whole Cretonian law of them being peaceful and harmonious, right? They just want to defend their way of life, and that is to be farm chads. They just want to farm their lives away. You know, it can be... It's a noble endeavor. Don't mess with farmers, guys. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever met anyone that just devalues farmers. If you do, they're not good people. Okay. Don't mess with farmers. They are like one of the most important people of our society. I had a better word. No, I want a word that truly signifies their importance. Pillars. They are one of the most important pillars to our society. Okay, they feed us. I would say, what's next? Farmers, teachers, and servicemen? What does that mean? What's servicemen? Is that like soldiers, or what I meant is like people that in healthcare, you know, people that treat us disease, or maybe soldiers are above that. I don't know. Depending on where you live, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, farmers, one of the pillars of society. Okay, treat them with respect. Yeah, I'm sure you guys do. You're subscribers to Ocean Man, right? Shout out to all the farmers. But anyway, what did I miss? Because I wasn't watching. I wasn't looking at the recording anymore. I got sidetracked there. I was jacking off farmers. Yeah. So at this point, I'm just thinking like, oh well, what do we focus on now? Because we're screwed. I mean, we're not screwed. We're producing enough food, but like, actually, when you think about it, you don't need that region as Cretonians. You don't have a food issue, and the first region is pretty much, it solves your food, right? Now, I guess what you could do is use that first region to supply you with raw materials like wood, and yes, that would have been very valuable to our society. But I wouldn't say it's necessary, you know? Like, we produce enough food. So our survival is guaranteed, pretty much, as long as I don't slack on the wood chopping. And then run out of wood for our bakeries, right? But pretty much our survival is guaranteed. Survival is guaranteed, but it's different to thriving, living, if that makes sense. You could put me on life support, and I could just be in there 24/7. I would be surviving, but am I really living life? That is an answer that only philosophers can... No, what am I saying? I don't like this topic. Let's move on. I'm not really living. Yeah, is my point, right? I may be surviving, but I'm not living. Now, what do I constitute as living in this game? It's crushing our enemies, which, you know, we don't actually have any enemies, but I want to do more than just survive in this game. I want to succeed. And succeeding as a Cretonian village, well, honestly, I feel like their dreams wouldn't be so grand. You know? We have peaceful neighbors. All of our neighbors are Cretonians. You know, they're our kin. We just need to defend ourselves from raiders. And we've secured our position here in the lands of Syx for the rest of time. Right? We don't need to go so far as to move past our, you know what I mean? We don't need to let go of tradition. We can stay peaceful, true to our nature, and embrace the true meaning of being Cretonian. What am I doing, bro? Alrighty. So at this point, I'm going through and just rushing for the 700, Yeah, 700 population. And now here we're going to change our strategy completely, right? And this is what I was mentioning before. I pretty much just completely divert our production towards grain farming, bakeries, yeah. All that jazz. We need it. And that's all we need to reach to 1,000 population. And I was thinking about this, actually. Should I try my absolute best to fulfill our episode goals, or should we just go straight to 1,000 population, right? And I think the answer to that is we continue off. Oh, we try to, but ultimately our goal is just to reach 1,000 population, staying in line with what a species is good for, right? Like, so I feel like, yeah, we're not betraying our core principle here, so, you know, we'll continue on as it goes. And not everybody wants to get into the whole combat stuff anyway, or like military stuff, right? Like world map region stuff. So I would assume, no, I would like to say that, yeah, Cretonian is a good pick if you want to just be, whatchamacallit, self-sufficient in a city-state, and then instead of going pure Cretonian, it might be... Okay, I'm saying it might be, but no, it's definitely a good idea to have Dendorians in your settlement to produce stuff for you. Like, one way or another, right? And I don't even think you need... No, I don't even think you need humans. Because you're not going... Yeah, you're not going heavy admin build, right? You're going pure city-state. So yeah, you could totally just go Dendorians, Cretonians, just cater to their needs, and then we'll purchase them. Yeah, that works too. And move on from there. And this way, you'll have the strengths of either species. There's a lot of words to say, yeah, these two are good. Yeah. But you'd have the strengths of either the species, and they cover for each other's weaknesses, right? Because Dendorians, they don't really produce food, like the food that they like. They don't really produce it well. Whereas Cretonians produce bread well, which Dendorians like. What else? Mushrooms, I guess? It's kind of hard to source. Yeah, I guess you just import that. And fish. Fish, it depends on your settlement. Cretonians don't get a bonus, but... Oh, actually I just thought about it. If you want to do a if you want to do Cretonians and Dendorians, go in a temperate region. Yeah. Start in a temperate region. Don't start in warm like I did. Because Dendorians prefer the cold, and they probably won't show up to, yeah. It's gonna be just a big malice, right? To their happiness, just constantly. Because they're living in a complete opposite climate to what they're wanting. Whereas temperate, it's not as bad, right? So yeah, there's a bit of planning. Or you could just buy them, and then not have to care about all that. That works too. Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely messing up here. I should be growing opiates. I guess that's what we could... Yeah, okay, that's what we could be... That's what we could economically diversify to. Probably set up a bunch of farms in the north instead. And why is that? I don't know if there's a pure gameplay reason. I would probably just RP, right? Actually, there is a reason. If any line on my current water system... Because there's only one main line. I guess I could just put several auxiliary lines, right? But anyway, if any of the water lines gets broken, then all of my fields run out of water for a decent while. Yeah, that'd be no good. I feel like, oh, in terms of defense, I feel like Cretonians can probably get away with it, with just giving their 10% of their crop away, you know? Like, it's either that or mandatory military service. But yeah, like, because you have 10%, I mean, it would be a lot. It'd still be a lot, but like, these are goods that are high volume. I'm not even sure if it's 10% anymore. I think it changes, honestly. Yeah, I think they just demand a bunch of random crap that you have. Maybe there's a way to influence it for them to not ask for a whole lot. I'm not too sure, but here I realize that we just keep running out of wood, so why don't I just automate it? You know, we don't actually have the workforce, but our next batch of immigrants need somewhere to go anyway, so I figured may as well fix it. And I feel like that's what a lot of you guys at home as well should be doing, just trying to reduce the amount of micromanagement you have to do, right? I mean, it's like, it's not a whole lot of micromanagement, okay? Like, just to be honest, it's like every what, like 5 minutes or so, you have to tell them to chop down a bunch of trees. Like, come on, bro. But what's my point? But I don't know your situation, right? I can't judge you. So, and this is just better, like, better than having a bunch of dull bludgers in your city. So yeah, you may as well put them to work. And I know that they do construction, but like, you don't need 15 construction workers at any given moment. Like, where am I going with this? Because if something needs built, you can just use a workstation. Yeah. You can just use a workstation and then get some people off a non-essential industry to go work in it. And here's a very advanced auxiliary technique. Auxiliary placement technique, yeah. Called choosing a small size for auxiliaries and spamming it. And I'm not sure if you caught what I was doing there, but I pretty much I hovered over the wood icon, and I figured I don't need that much wood production, and then it costs a lot of furniture, right? Yeah, 168 furniture. We only need 140 wood. And in here, 168, we make 3 a day. I don't know what's the maths on that. That's like 3 years or something of constant furniture production in game. That's not on. We need to buy some. Problem is, we don't have nearly enough to trade for it, so I'm kind of curious how I deal with this here. Been a while since I lost. Okay, we just sell our rations, I'm pretty sure. We don't need the shields because warhammers are two-handed, right? I'm contemplating, what's non-essential? I guess we don't need the rations. And I agree. Yeah, they're just nice to have, but our people will never eat them, and they're never gonna use them on a campaign because all of our neighbors are friendly, you know? Peaceful, maybe? If we can secure trade with this giant kingdom to our south. Like, we actually just don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything more. And here it's just a matter of, yeah. There we go, I managed to secure the furniture. And does it even make sense? Like, what kind of furniture are they using at a woodcutter? Like, what even are the auxiliaries? Because all of the timber gets placed in the storage, like, yeah, on the on-site storage. Is it just places to put their tools, I guess? Yeah, that would make sense, actually, yeah. No, that makes sense. And it's made out of, yeah, wood, like stone and furniture. I remember the fishing regions, fishing places. The aqua... What's the name of the fisheries, I think? Yeah, let's just go with fisheries. The fisheries used to use furniture. And every now and then, I get a comment saying... on the guide, yeah, on the 100... The guide you need to 100 population. Every now and then, I just get a comment asking... How did you get the furniture? The fishery, like, come on, dude, like, you didn't show it, and I just have to explain. You're probably playing an older version of the game or something. You're probably playing the demo. Maybe I should make a guide in the demo or something. I don't know. See, I don't know what the timeline is for the next update to this game, so I don't know when the demo version is going to change again, and then the video is going to become obsolete. If you ever wonder why a certain video topic hasn't been made, it's because I'm lazy, alright? It's not that deep, guys. Like, if I can get away with not having to make that video, I won't make it, right? But... what's another thing? I have an excuse. Here we go. This game is more fun if you figure things out by yourself. Honestly. Yeah, I would say that. Now, this doesn't mean... yeah, this doesn't mean I say guides are bad. I'm just saying that the majority of your time should be spent enjoying the process of learning the game, right? And my job here is to inspire people to play and learn the game. I don't want to actually teach them everything, like, then they'd just be watching my videos instead of playing the game. I guess that would be better for me, but then there's like the responsibility there. You know, I don't want to be the guide person. That makes sense. Like, I want to help out if I can. So, what's my point with all this? If you guys have a topic that you really, absolutely need someone to cover, then yeah, just let me know, I guess. And I'll try my best. I'm still in the process of writing all of the food guides. The guides on all the food. I need to do that. I also need to do the... I need to finish the Oceanian Empire series. See, the problem with this, with the Oceanian Empire series, is that it's slowed down. I have like 7,500 people on my game, and the fastest speed it can run is like 2 times speed. Okay, like it doesn't run fast anymore, right? I can't just go by... I can't finish years in like the span of a single minute anymore. But I did upgrade my CPU, so maybe I should be able to, yeah, push through it, reach that 10,000k population, and bring you guys to finale. I have some ideas for the finale already. Now, I talked over it, but I was just building a Cretonian breeder there. And yeah, I'm pretty sure once I turn off all those supply depots, because I don't need them, right? Remember that we're not going to do any aggressive actions. And defending your city doesn't need... Yeah, it doesn't need army supplies. Now, why am I rebuilding it though? That's... I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm still holding on to some hope, right? But here, yeah, we're replacing those... They were former grain farms, proposed herb farms, but now they're going to be vegetable farms. By the river. And eventually, we're probably going to replace those with opiates. And grow all our food using the circular method, right? But otherwise, yeah, we're just trading to get the furniture we need for that breeder and just letting the automatic imports handle the vegetables, yeah. And then again, once again, we use we use rations as our currency. That's probably the way to go, but I should have been farming opiates. Now, I don't know if I said this before. I think I did. Yeah, next episode, that's what we'll do. We'll establish a 100 population industry of opiate farming. And what else? Probably 100 people on... Yeah, 100 people on the vegetables as well. And 100 people on fruits, I guess. Yeah. Fruits, vegetables, opiates. Yeah, we want... Because we want 6 industries with 100 plus workers each. And actually, I just read here, we wanted a massive warehouse in the next episode. So, we built that way too early. Yeah, oh well. I mean, it makes sense for Cretonians to prioritize it sooner. Whereas everyone else can probably get away with smaller storages for, yeah, for a while. Oh, it looks like, okay, only one of those big farms was... Huh. Yeah. Only one of those big farms was vegetables, I think. But the upkeep of a breeder is like, yeah, pretty much nothing. So that should be, yeah, enough to cover the food from the breeder. Thanks for watching. Thank you to all of my members, channel members here. If you would like to support me, just get a good night's sleep so you don't end up like me, sick and tired. The past, I don't know how many, this is terrible, guys. Oh.
Somebody told me that you had a boyfriend. Authorized by Ocean Man of Oceania.